How's it going, everybody? Rybrad here today, and we are back with our summer rebuild series. And I want to say, first of all, thank you guys so much for all the support you're getting on this. Can we get 15 likes on this one as well? I know you guys, Sharks fans, and all of you that are enjoying the series, I know you guys can do it. I believe in you. 15 likes. We're also going for 2K subs by the end of the year, so hit that subscribe button if you're new here. I also just spent a lot of time making new overlays and features for my Twitch streams, so go ahead and click the link in the description there and follow me over on Twitch. I stream 3 times a week. So I hope to see you guys there. This is a rebuild here with the Sharks that I'm quite interested to see which way it's going to turn. I definitely think if we're going to win, it's going to have to be early. We're going to have to go all in early, simply because we've got aging players like Joe Thornton. We've got players on less great contracts like Evander Kane here. Couture, maybe. I mean, we don't really... Oh, wow, he fits the first line really well, so that's good news there. Tomas Hertl gets us a +3, so we're going to move Timo Meier down there to the second line. Suomela, we're going to do that. There we go. So I think that's what we're going to rock with for now before I make any trades. What I do want to do is probably find some 1 or 2 third liners. Oh, that's really unfortunate. That is also really unfortunate. We don't really have a defender or top defenders, I should say. And neither of these guys really fit the scheme, which kind of sucks. I guess I could maybe find... I think I need to find a second pairing defender. Radim Simek, and then... Yeah, so what we need to do here is find ourselves a defender that would fit up there with Erik Karlsson. Would it be Heed? No, it's not. Okay, so that's... So third line... Oh, God. Martin Jones, you got a big contract too, don't you? All right. I'm going to keep Aaron Dell. He's definitely, fine at that price. Scratched. Nobody... worthwhile. Okay, so definitely want to figure out maybe a second line center or a third line center, and we can move one of these guys down potentially. A middle pairing defenseman and a backup goalie because I want to get rid of Jones. But as far as options we have to trade away, we've got Merkley here. Oh, that is big. That is a big trade chip. I think this is the biggest trade chip I've had ever coming into a series here. Let's go ahead and see what we would get for him right out the gate, and it's just futures. Okay. I'm gonna change my trade block real quick. I'll be back if I can find a trade. So I just edited the trade block. I don't think that's really gonna do anything, and I think it's actually gonna hinder us for our ability to find a trade. Oh God, Martin Jones has absolutely got no value. Does anybody want him? Can I throw in our first? Maybe we have Tampa Bay's first, so we'll throw that in with Jones. Really? Oh, man. You know what? It's simply because I changed our trade block and now we don't have any wants. So the find trade is not working. So I got to fix that. You live and you learn. So let's go ahead, reset this. Oh, not surplus. It's what do we want? We want second line forwards or first line forwards or second line forwards. So we'll add any forward. Sure. Can I add in? Yep, any forward. Literally give me anybody. I want everything. Defense. Yep. I don't want picks, though. That's the thing. I'll keep the picks off. So, oh, you can actually add a pending UFA filter? Interesting. And can I still search via these like you used to be able to? No, of course not. So now pretty much everything is something we want. So I'm assuming now when we go to find a trade, it will be... there'll be a lot more options. Let's see, Merkley, because I know I just looked for him and nothing popped up. Yeah, so we're back to having just that first. Let's take him off because I want to find that trade for Martin Jones. Let's do that. Martin Jones, please get off my team. You're an 82, bud. Like, you're not even that bad. Just, can you get some value and go? How about a second? No. A second in Martin Jones? How about a first in Martin Jones? No. Okay, how about a first and 2 seconds in Martin Jones? Really, I find that incredibly hard to believe. That absolutely nobody wants Martin Jones. So I'm going to actually go manually do some trades, and I'll be here when I have a trade to announce. So guys, I'm going to try and get this trade to go through. It might not. I don't think it will. I'm probably going to have to add something else, but I'm going to try and throw Jones in here with Merkley and Gambrell, and we're going to go to Detroit because I knew they were a rebuilder. I knew they would want some of our prospects, and then I could get maybe Tyler Bertuzzi here, who's an 84, and then Anthony Mantha, who's an 85 with that medium elite potential. Now, they're both on expiring contracts. So that's something we need to keep in the back of our mind here. But I think, these are 2 forwards. We're going to definitely strengthen. I mean, that's literally the third line. It only needs a center then. I'm still going to try and hopefully find that middle pairing defenseman, but I'm going to propose this trade, and it would go through. Awesome. Good to see that. And maybe I can get a middle pairing defenseman from them as well. Like Cholowski here. I mean, he's signed to 2 years. Hronik. Maybe one of these guys. I don't know how much I'd be overpaying by, but let's go with Hronik here. If he's, an option for us to get, I would like that. I don't. Oh, now we still have too many skaters in the organization. Let's just throw back their way. Anybody with Vlasic's contract is not, what I would call fantastic. How about Sund? You guys can have Sund back. There we go. So maybe propose that trade. Rejected. It's not sufficient at all. I didn't feel like that was going to go through throwing in the defenseman. But if we take a look at our rookie skaters, do we have anybody else that they would want that I'm okay with getting rid of? I'll get rid of the 18-year-old. Yeah, I'll get rid of him. Oh, did we not sign him? We apparently have... Oh, wait, is he... Yeah, he's in the CHL. So Jeremy Roy here, I guess we're going to have to get rid of him too. Offensive defenseman, he doesn't look too bad, but he's only a 73. I don't think he's going to be good enough by the time we get to, like I said, this is going to be one where I'm going to try and go all out early because I don't think we're going to be set up. I think it's only the horizon only looks darker for San Jose. So we're going to try to avoid that. We're trying to get in early, in and out. Let's go. Trade rejected, just a bit low. Okay, so that means we get to throw in a pick, and this is going to go through, and I'm actually really happy with this trade. Throw in a 5th from Ottawa, maybe? Are you guys cool with that? Yeah, they're cool with that. And Chad Johnson gets called up, and True and Kelman get sent down. Beautiful. I actually really like this trade a lot. I think it's going to go really quite well for us. Another power forward there in Mantha. I know Kane's already a power forward, but True, Prout, Gregor. We still have $7.5 million in cap space. Oh, cancel, and then we need to go in the system. Call up Chad Johnson. Perfect. And now NHL, goalies. Yeah, and we have just the 2. Awesome. So Della, I think, is going to be our starter. He's an 82, which is, not too bad. We'll hit best lines and just see what it throws at us. As far as other players I'd like to get rid of, I don't really think there's anybody else that I would, desperately like to get rid of. I know I should be checking the contracts right now, and there's a lot of big ones. But Melker Karlsson's is expiring. So I don't think there's any reason to get rid of him. And Joe Thornton, is fine. Mika Sorensen is fine. Tyler Bertuzzi, Marcus Sorensen. Why did I say Mika Sorensen? Is that an actual person? I don't know. Anyway, Bertuzzi, LeBanc, those are great contracts. I think everything's looking good. I'm very, very pleased. I would like to give up our Tampa Bay's first because we don't have our first. I believe Ottawa has our first, which is not great for us. But, we live and we learn, and we move on. So what? Oh, that's just hitting that. Okay. So draft picks, what would get us for our first? Absolutely nothing for a first. Really? So apparently I'm going to have to do this by myself. I think if I were to find something, it would be that third line center position. Let's go actually check out the lines, because I do need to do that and just really see what this team is lacking. So best lines has Mantha there on the second line with Hurdle and Thornton, and then Tyler Bertuzzi there on the third line. Yeah, maybe could use some. Oh, LeBanc's on the fourth line. I guess we have a lot of left wingers. He shoots right though. So yeah, again, just a replacement for Suomela probably, because Melker Karlsson I think is fine. 81, 81, 81. Suomela is 79, 83, 83. I don't really know at this point. Does it going to make that? Oh, okay, good. I just wanted to double check. We only roll 3 lines. That doesn't mean the fourth line is going to be too important, but I should not forget about it nonetheless. So Vlasic with Burns there, or Burns. Yeah, Burns is 34. I'd still like to get the most out of Erik Karlsson. 95, 94, 92. Jesus. Brent Burns is super good, so he should help out Hronik. And then Ferraro and Heed are fine there. So maybe I could go after another defenseman, but really that third line center position for Tampa Bay's first. I'm going to see who wants that first and check back in with you guys when I've got a trade that I'm eyeing up. All right, guys, I am going to target Backlund here. I know he's got 5 years at $5 million, but he's an 83 and he should be a Joe Thornton replacement. next year. And then this year he can play on the third line and really round it out if there is a next year. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw in Gregor as well as the first there. Propose that trade. It's rejected. It's too far off. So we probably just need to throw in another pick. We got a couple of those. We got a second here. Let's throw in Colorado's second. Can we get anything back in return? Maybe a defenseman? Anybody with... Wow, they have a ton of defensemen, dude. Wow. Okay. I guess Stone would probably just be at least an upgrade, you know. He's kind of a throw-in guy. Michael Stone, two-way defender, looks pretty defensive, if you ask me. Forward here, what are you? Defensive defenseman. I think I'll stick with the two-way defenseman in Stone, throw him in there, and we would have to just get rid of another player, because of course we would. Skaters matching the block. Who do they want? Trade value. Let's go upside down like that. They want Melker Karlsson, and I think I'll do that. I think I'll get rid of Melker Karlsson because he's the odd man out anyway, and that sheds some salary cap for this season too. So we're going to do that. Rejected isn't sufficient at all. Okay, what if I threw in another second? Draft picks. Give me, or I'll just give you another second because like I said, these picks don't mean anything to me. And Backlund will get called up to the NHL. Fine with me. And they think it's going to contribute to their success, and I think it won't. But you know what? Hey, how can you pass up a first in 2 seconds for Backlund, right? I just think he's good enough to really help the team out. And we have 20 skaters in the NHL. Let's go ahead and send down CMAC. And I think, do we have too many defensemen? We have, yeah, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Oh, wow, we have 8 defensemen. Heed, do you fit in the... Oh, he fits the... Okay, Ferraro actually fits better than Heed on that third pairing, so I'm going to do that. Continue, yes, send those guys down. We now have 18 skaters. Best lines it. Check out the lines and then get to the simulation, right? I think I like Bertuzzi on that second line simply because if he grows, you know, that's good news for us. Suomelo, LeBanc up there for Nosen. Yeah, that's a good idea to me. And I'm liking these lines. I think it looks pretty good. And if we move Timo Meier down, he's also a power forward. Interesting. We have a lot of power forwards. Oh, we get a +3 if we move Bertuzzi up there for Kane. And I think I would like to do that. I'd like to get Tyler Bertuzzi and Anthony Mantha some time because we just acquired them. I think they're better than... I mean, it's just a solid team all around. I mean, Tomas Hertl, the sniper. Actually, if we move Hertl up there, do we get a +5? No, of course not. But yeah, it's looking good. We got power forward, sniper, power forward. Do we have a playmaker? Maybe if we move... Oh, so if we move Meier down like that, Timo Meier listed as a second line forward, listed as a power forward, but I kind of like this +3, and it's a really well-balanced, even lines. What if Hronek up there doesn't help us much? Vlasic, yeah, there we go. So we'll move Vlasic there. It'll be Burns and Hronek, and then Stone with Ferraro. And I'm actually pleased with these lines. And the goaltending situation is just one we'll have to address in the near future. I don't know how much cap space we'll have next season. Actually, I'm curious, and I'm sure some of you are. So let's go ahead and view those contracts right now. Anthony Mantha does want a contract extension. So if we offer him a contract extension, we have $9 million and he wants $8 million. I don't know if I want to give you $8 million right now. Man, we got a lot of guys expiring. So I guess this is the year. We got to go all in this year. Yeah, Tyler Bertuzzi wants $4.9 million for 2 years. So we may have to be cap dumpers at the draft, but hopefully I don't even have to get to the draft because we'll win the cup in the first year. So I will see you guys at the end of the season. All right, guys, we're here at the end of the first season, and things were pretty good. They obviously could have gone better. We had 91 points and got a wild card spot. Apparently, getting rid of Backlund is the exact thing that the Flames needed. Remember I said it wouldn't contribute to their success? Well, I think it did. They had 115 points, which is insane. They finished with 53 wins and were the best team in the league. But we finished with 91, 1 point behind the Oilers for a divisional spot. And I think oh no, tell me we're going to play the Flames in the first round. That is not going to be good. But Erik Karlsson finished with a ton of points, 88 points. A great season for him. Let's check out the forwards and how those guys did. He was still a minus. Imagine putting up 88 points and being a -9. But Couture had 72 points. Kane with 68. Mantha with 65. Bertuzzi was a +20. So I guess if I have to choose one, I'm going to choose Bertuzzi to keep. Hurdle with 60, Thornton with 60, 52 for Meyer, and then LeBanc, Backlund, Suomelo, Sorensen, and Nosen. I mean, they all did pretty solid. Defensively, I'm a little concerned. The fact that Erik Karlsson still got outscored. He did have 26 points on the power play, but still. The rest of the lineup looked pretty good. Brent Burns with 65 on that second pairing, exactly what we needed. And then in goal with Aaron Dell leading the way, it wasn't great. But our boy Chad Johnson still doing fine back there. So I don't know what it is about goalies. They never end up simming well. I know he's not a good goalie, but even a good goalie may not sim well. So please tell me we're not playing the Flames. I don't want to play the Flames. We are playing the Winnipeg Jets, who also had 50 wins. We're listed as a contender, though, which is nice to see. So maybe the sim will treat us nicely. And Winnipeg, what do you got? What do you got throwing at us here, Winnipeg? All right, Laine, Scheifele, Wheeler, Ehlers, Little, Connor, Perreault, Lowry, Kopp. Okay, so yeah, it's a good team. It's a good forward core. Defensively, I would argue that ours is better. Arguably, I'd say ours is better. I think that's pretty, well, and the goaltender is not even close. So we're not even going to talk about that. We're just going to get into the sim. So if you guys have not seen this already, I'm sorry for those of you that have watched every episode of this series, but we don't live sim until it's an elimination game. So I'm going to sim via the calendar up to game number 4 because that is the earliest possible elimination game. And okay, potentially elimination game? No, it's not. It's not going to be. And we're down 2-1 in the series. Please equalize, make it 2-2. There we go. It is 2-2 in the series. Really enjoy seeing that. Okay, pivotal game 5. And we are going to win 1-0. And we are up 3-2 now in the series. Let's sim it. Let's sim it. Come on. Let's go. All right. First period. Yes, there we go. Karlsson continues to be a beast for us. Second period. All right, 1-1. Perreault on the third line equalizes. A really, really even game. Shots, score, everything looking pretty much even, but not anymore. Logan Couture is going to give us the lead. Let's go, San Jose. Halfway through the period, we maintain our 1-goal advantage. Even after Winnipeg gets a power play, we cannot capitalize on our power play. And now with 5 minutes to go here, Ferraro is going to score. The defenseman on our third pairing is going to score. Give us that 2-goal advantage. Morrissey brings Winnipeg back in with a shout, but not quite enough. Too little, too late there for Morrissey and the Winnipeg Jets. And we are going to advance in 6 games on home ice, which is great to see. All right, so let's go check the stat. At least I say the stat, this just to see who did the best for us. And it was Brent Burns. 1 goal, 5 assists, 6 points. And it looks like we should be taking on... Oh, wait, are we in the Central Division? Since we're the wild card, we will be taking on the Blues, I'm pretty sure. And, oh, they eliminated the Avalanche. I always hate coming up against the Avalanche in the sim because they're just godly. So we're going to be playing St. Louis in round number 2. I'm really hoping that we can continue this run. I want it to be a one and done so badly. I really don't see where I'm going to take this team after this. That's why I'm so nervous and super really hoping that we win early. But Perron, O'Reilly, Tarasenko is really good. Schwartz, Shen, Steen. Oh my God, so many S's. Sundqvist, Boqvist, Brouwer, and then Blaze, Thomas, and Barbashev. So a really solid bottom 6. It's pretty solid, deep. Top 6 is also pretty good. So defensive core, right on par with ours, I'd say. Ours is probably a little bit better. I mean, we got Burns on the second pairing with our 82, and then we got our 85 with our 90. So it's pretty close, but I would give us a little bit of an edge there. And the defensive core and goaltenders, Binnington and Allen, again, they're going to have the advantage there. But hey, Dell's doing the job so far. Let's hop back into that calendar view and get ourselves into game 4, at least up to game 4, I should say. Hopefully, if we're in game 4, it's because it's an elimination game and we're up 3-0 in the series. That's not going to happen as we lose 2 games. The first one in overtime. Really good series, though, so far. We got to pull it back, make it 2-2. Come on. We do not pull it back, and we do not make it 2-2. I'm going to leave the lines. I'm going to trust. I feel like I over-tinker sometimes, and, you know, it's just the simulation. I'm going to believe in us. We got to win the next 3, obviously, to being down 3-1 to St. Louis. First period, we're up 1-0. LeBanc there on that third line. Second period, we are tied 2-2 as Bozak scores special teams galore, shorthanded, then power play, but Couture brings us back to even, and now it's anybody's game, and LeBanc scores his second of the night there in the third period. St. Louis gets a power play, are unable to capitalize on that one. 5 minutes gone here in the period. The only shout has been LeBanc's goal early, like 40 seconds into the period. as we hit the halfway mark. We're still up 3-2. We still are living to fight another day. And as I say that, Perron is going to make me eat my words. It is tied 3-3. Come on. No late goals for St. Louis. No more goals for St. Louis. Just shut them out for the rest of the series. No more goals for St. Louis, please. Come on. We've got some clutch veterans here. St. Louis, man, whatever. Who cares? San Jose. Come on. I believe. I don't even know what to say. It's overtime. We need to score. If a goal pops up, I'm going to be so worried. Wow, okay, we're going deep into overtime here without any goals. We're getting shots on. We can't score a goal, though. Binnington is standing tall. 2 minutes, 1 minute. 1 minute? And it's going into a second overtime, so we will find out really quickly because the sim never goes that long in a second overtime. It's always quick and early in the second overtime. All right, 5 minutes are gonna go by, and Anthony Mantha, let's go. I'm pretty sure I dropped him to the second line. I'm not sure, but he's gonna keep us alive in this series. Oh my goodness. Evander Kane still leads the team in points, a 4-3 overtime win. I like the way the team played there. We performed quite well. Overtime probably was justified, but I do believe the result was what it should have been. We're here in game number 6 with a chance to force a game number 7 and potentially just keep our hopes alive here. First period. We're up 1-0 as Tyler Bertuzzi now scores. Another former Detroit Red Wing. Second period. It's 2-1 now for St. Louis as Tarasenko and Schwartz score, and that makes me really nervous. I don't know if we're going to be able to come back. I know we got a lot of veteran leadership on this team. I believe in us, but I don't believe in Aaron Dell. 3-1 St. Louis now. We are down by 2 goals. Oh, I really don't see it's Logan Couture. I should just keep doubting. Every time I doubt, Logan Couture makes me eat my words. Come on. I don't think we're going to score again. With only 5 minutes to go, there's no chance we score again, right? 3 minutes, absolutely no chance. I don't believe in this team. Okay, yeah, maybe it only works so much. Lose 3-2 there and lost 4-2 in the series. I have absolutely no idea where I'm going to go with this team, guys. There's so many contracts, so many massive contracts that I just don't want anymore. And plus, I'd like to keep guys like Mantha and Tyler Bertuzzi, and we need to figure out goaltending. Oh, it's a whole lot of stuff going to happen here. But we're going to jump into the draft and maybe, hopefully, shed some cap. You guys are not mistaken. That is a Stanley Cup champion Buffalo Sabres team that, again, one of the worst teams in the league, especially in Chell. Yeah. I guess Jack Eichel goes beast mode. But anyway, let's go find a trade real quick for maybe some big contracts that underperformed or somebody that's not going to be worthwhile keeping around. Oh my God. Backlund in an 81, he dropped off like that. Why? I mean, I know I said he was going to be my Joe Thornton replacement, but even Joe Thornton's better than that. Are there any potential trades? We could get some picks. We get the shed the salary there. Sorella maybe. I think he's actually not too bad. Ingram, I don't think he's going to be good enough. Robin Lehner, I don't want to do that because I've had my experience with that, trying to trade for him to sign him, and then all of a sudden, we just can't sign him. So I think Sorella is actually a player that I could bring back. I don't foresee it being too bad. Oh, he's only a 71. Who am I thinking of? Why did I think that was a decent deal? Anyway, let's go ahead and trade for picks. Trade Backlund for picks. I know that looks like a bad trade, but it was for one season. It is what it is. You live and you learn. Backlund, you're out of here, bro. Because I think the core of the team is there. We just need cap space to maneuver and re-sign some of these guys. Backlund was on the third line. I think we probably can find a third line center who's better. Oh my God, Jesus, Ryan, speak correctly. No more big contracts that I just want to get rid of. I mean, Couture's up to an 87. Vlasic is holding on. He complements very well up there. I could get a first from Montreal. Vegas, they want to get rid of Leonard because they know they can't bring him back. And then Lucas Johansson in a first. I think I'd rather hold on to Vlasic for another season. Timo Meier is fine. Tomas Hertl is fine. We're gonna hopefully bring back Mantha and Jumbo Joe and Bertuzzi. I mean, we have 13 million in cap space now, so that should work. We also need to find ourselves a starting caliber goaltender because Chad Johnson's here for another year, right? He's gonna be our backup again. He had a fine time. It is what it was what it was, but What can we get just for the rest of our picks? What if we absolutely took no picks? Okay, that's not going to work. Gotcha. So, I don't think we can dump any more cap, or it'd make sense to dump any more cap. I mean, Brent Burns still a 90. He actually went up to a 90. Erik Karlsson went beast mode for us. Logan Couture was great. Kane was fine, I want to say. Kane was our best performer in the playoffs. Yeah, he had 30 goals, 40 assists, almost 70 points, basically. Was a -1, and I think he's fine. I'll take 70 points out of Evander Kane for $7 million. Brent Burns was good, obviously. Yeah, so I don't know if I want to actually get rid of anybody. I think we're going to keep it. I think we just need to find some depth pieces, re-sign what we've got. Our top 6 should be good, and I just need to find serviceable bottom 6 pieces. So I will see you guys after I'm done re-signing everybody. Here we are, guys, at the start of the free agency period, and we got everybody back. I'm pretty sure we got anybody important back. We need depth players and a goaltender. So the goaltender in question that we're probably going to go after is probably somebody like Greiss. He only wants like $3 million. He's an 84. We could also go for Halak or Hudobin. I mean, I don't know if you guys have bad memories with Hudobin or not. I'm pretty sure he played for the Sharks at one point in his career. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just imagining things. Anyway, Halak would be another option, but like I could get the same kind of player like Greiss here. Greiss did fine as a backup. Halak did not great as a backup, and Hudobin did not play like at all. Mike Smith is another guy, but you know he's 38. So Corey Crawford, we could go all in for Corey Crawford, but I'd rather not. Linus Ullmark here wants a lot of money. I mean, I know he's still got technically room to grow, but I think who was it? Greiss had the best season out of all of them. So yeah, why not go after Greiss for 2 years, maybe 2 years at $3.2 million? I'd do that. I'd be satisfied with that. Which leaves us with about $3 million left. I'm gonna try and go after a bottom pairing defenseman and then a 1/4 liner. Let's sort by overall, shall we? And then that's one thing I always hate is the fact that it doesn't actually sort by overall. Jay Bouwmeester or Adam McQuaid, you know what? Those guys are not bad. I mean, Kevin Miller here, defensive defenseman, fits all of our defensive pairings, 1.875. I think that's exactly the kind of player we need to replace Stone. He wants 3 years. Yeah, you know what? I'll give him 3 years at 1.85, and then we'll go find a forward. Who is that third or fourth line guy who's in UFA? There's Carl Soderberg here. Actually, an 82 overall, Carl Soderberg for 2.25? 2.225? Yeah, I'll definitely take that up. Thank you. Can I get you for 2.4? Are you going to come for that? I know he's older. He's still exact top 6, third line scoring forward, so I don't think he's going to drop off very drastically. So we'll do that. That's a really good acquisition, a good replacement for Backlund, especially. I think I signed only 1-year deals on our guys like Mantha and Bertuzzi. So yeah, you can see there Mantha signed a 1-year deal at $6 million. And then Bertuzzi signed 1 year at 5.2. Jumbo Joe 1 year at 3.4. So I'm basically just kicking the can down the road on actually doing something. But as you can see, we do kind of drop off. But really all we need are some depth pieces. I think the top talent is there. If we get the better goaltender than Dell, I think that'll help us out a little bit too. So we'll just advance the day here, see if we can get those guys, all 3 of them. Greiss is the biggest one. And Kevin Miller's going to sign, Greiss is going to sign, and Soderberg is going to sign. That's great. We got everybody that we targeted in free agency, and we still have $1 million left to spend. I guess I could maybe find an affordable forward, like a Jesper Fast on the bottom line, or a Gagne, Scott Wilson. Two-way forward looks okay. He's a 78. So I'd rather have him and not need him. And I think he only wants, what, a 2-way deal? He wants 2 years at a 2-way deal? Please, like, I will sign up for that. Especially, you know, if I don't use him, I can just throw him down in the minors, pay him, like, half of his salary. Really doesn't hurt our salary cap situation at all. And, you know, if we need to, he could, yep, beautiful. All right, so he could come in and do a job on the 4th line if necessary. Hopefully that's not necessary, though. But let's go ahead and check out the lines before year number 2. All right, guys, let's jump into the lines here. Still looking pretty good. I like the fact that, you know, the depth still looks pretty good. Soderberg on the 4th line is really freaking good. Wilson is playing with your Taken. I'm probably saying that so horribly wrong. And in goal, we've got 83 Grice, who, is a slight upgrade. I don't like the fact that he kind of dropped a bit. Bertuzzi up there gets us a +3, but Evander Kane had a good season. I do have to admit, Evander Kane had a good season. I think Bertuzzi did too. What did Bertuzzi do? Bertuzzi had 62 and he was a +20. So we're probably gonna want to keep that. Mantha up there. Yeah, if we keep Bertuzzi, Couture, Mantha, we get the +3, and then Kane, Hurdle, Meyer is the +1. Sorensen with Thornton and LeBanc, and then Soderberg to kind of help out these guys down here. And instead of trying to like completely strip the oh, look at Evander Kane down there will get us +1. Instead of trying to completely strip the fourth line, I would like to still bolster it a bit. And I think this kind of 1-2 punch worked out really well last season. Actually, we can get a +1, but that's not worth it. It really worked out quite well last season, having Burns, the offensive defenseman there, partnered with Hronik. That was a good pairing, as we saw. And then, like I said, in goal is Thomas Greiss and Chad Johnson. So that's all the recap I need to do. There's no trades that we're going to make, and I will see you guys at the end of the season. Guys, we're here at the end of the season, and oh my God, Erik Karlsson went Super Saiyan. I swear to God, holy 120 points from a defenseman. I don't know what the record for most points for a defenseman is in NHL history. I'm just 120. He might have led the entire league in points. What the shit? Anyway, we won the President's Trophy and are the only team in the NHL, one of two teams in the NHL, to finish with 50 wins. Interesting. So I guess maybe a lot of maybe this is our year. Maybe it's just destined, written in the stars, that year number 2 is the year for us. 120 points. Excuse me. Erik Karlsson's got no chill, zero chill. 120 points, but zero chill. Almost a point per game there for Couture, 73 for Meyer, and 63 for Hurdle. So those guys aren't on the first line either. Bertuzzi and Mantha are first line wingers. Maybe we just have a strong defensive first line, Mantha puts in the goals. Bertuzzi's got 16. Bertuzzi's a great two-way forward, man. His plus-minus is just off the charts. He's super-duper good. But then Kane, Hurdle, and Meyer was a really strong performing second line, probably buoyed by Brent Burns being on that second pairing. Jumbo Joe, Sorensen, Soderberg, LeBanc were the rest of the players with the 20 points. And then You're Taken and Wilson are the only guys that didn't hit those marks. But, average there. Thornton, I believe it's Thornton, Sorensen, and LeBanc. And then Soderberg with Wilson and You're Taken, I'm pretty sure. I didn't change the lines from the beginning. So, it takes a while to sit here and I forget things. It takes so long to sim. If they can't make it good on the Series X and the PS5, well, if they can't make that fast, I don't believe the EA can make anything fast. But, oh my God, 34 goals! 34 goals! Brent Burns, 63 points. Vlasic with 21. I mean, he's going to be on the ice at the same time as Karlsson. He's bound to get points, right? Hronik was a -4, but that's okay because he was playing with Brent Burns, who got 63 points. And then Ferraro and Miller. Really good to see that. And in goal, yes, there we go. That's what you like to see. 915, 256 there from Thomas Greiss. That's a good season. That's a solid season. You love to see it. Oh my God. You know what? Timeout. We're going to check. Did anybody in the league even come close to Erik Karlsson as far as points? Like, not let alone defenseman. He's winning the Norris, but he's also going to win the Art Ross. And put up more goals than Mitch Marner and Gensel and Kuznetsov. And you could put up a lot more goals than a lot of players. Jack Eichel had 60 goals. Good for him. Anyway, that's the defending Stanley Cup champion, Jack Eichel, to you. Let's go ahead and see who we're going to take on. If I had to take a wild guess, it would be the Vancouver Canucks, who their pick jumped to first overall, but they didn't have it. New Jersey did. So they didn't get that. But, we're taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. I guess things still had to shake out there. We just ended the season pretty early. I didn't actually see. Maybe we weren't the only two teams to get 100. We're seriously listed as a hopeful. Did Jumbo Joe or somebody just drop off? No. Interesting. And in goal, no. Chad Johnson's. I get it. That's the reason. Chad Johnson's playing worse. Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna go check out the Blackhawks lines and see what we're going up against and see if they could potentially slow down Erik Karlsson. Chicago Blackhawks. DeBrincat, Strome, Kane. Really good first line. Good second line. Forward core, solid forward core. They got the star power there in Kane and DeBrincat. Defensively, definitely do not boast a defensive core nearly as strong as ours, and have absolutely no goaltender. How did you do during the regular season, my guy? Just about as good as Dell. You love to see he won 36 games as an minor league starting goaltender. Won 36 games and pretty much pulled a Martin Jones, real life Martin Jones, I should say. I don't even know where Martin Jones is or what he did, but I don't care because we're in a series in year number 2, first round against Chicago. Let's get it done. Let's go, boys. All right. Game 1 is a win. Game 2 is a loss. Game 3 is a loss. How do we lose 8-2? Seriously, Jesus. Game 4 is a win. Okay. Pivotal game 5. We got to win this one. Please win it. Well, nope. We lose it. Now it's an elimination game. We have an elimination game to a team who's got a minor league starting goaltender. First period. No goals. Love it. Second period. Down 2-0. Frickin' love it. Third period. We got to come back. Please come back. Oh my God. If we don't. Oh my God. EA, why are you so bad at everything? Like, please fix the goaltenders. Like, if they've got a 76 goaltender as their starter, we should be putting in a bunch of goals. Like that. Patrick Kane, halfway through the period. Please. Come on, boys. Just one more. Kevin LeBanc from center ice. That's more of what I want to see with the 76 overall goaltender in net. Let's go. 2 minutes to go. Do we have one more left in us? Maybe? No, not in regulation anyway, but in overtime, do we have another goal in us? The one from center ice, I have no clue how that went in, but listen, we take those. When they go in for us, we take those. Chicago with a power play. It's going to end it. The Brinket's going to score on the power play. Oh my God. See, I understand like a game or two. He could have like a handful of games that turn out to be good. But no, this is... Why? I'm going to lose my absolute mind. I'm going to punch a hole in the wall. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go do that, and I will be back with you guys at the draft. Hi, I'm back. I took a breather, and we're going to get into the draft. Year number 3, do or die time. We got to go all in. I don't care about... So, Ryan Ellis, Jonathan... Don't remind me about the Blackhawks. Matthias Ekholm. Those are some pretty good defenders there that are on the block. So, as far as cap is concerned, Bertuzzi's expiring and Hronek's expiring. I don't like to see that. But other than that, nobody else really important is expiring. And I don't know how much cap space we have. But these guys, Bertuzzi, Thornton, I don't think I want to bring back Jumbo Joe. He's going to regress next season. And for $3.4 million, I could probably find a better player. Oh my God, Vlasic needs to get off the team right now. Maybe I should have checked that. But no. Come on. 76 overall goaltender? No. Okay, so picks. Anderson, picks. Definitely want to picks. Nice Shuskin. Well, you know what? Give me a nice Shuskin. You can take Vlasic's horrible contract, St. Louis. And there we go. We just cleared up a ton of cap. Let's go see Nashville now. They want to trade away both Ryan Ellis and Matthias Ekholm. Matthias Ekholm's a great value for that contract. What would it take us to get him? Timo Meier, Bertuzzi, no. Hurdle, no. Oh, yeah, I'll do that. Two firsts for Ekholm is definitely... There's our Vlasic replacement, and all it cost us was a couple firsts. Should we just raid Nashville? They got a bunch of good players on good contracts here. A second, a fourth, and Mantha. No. I do not want to give up Mantha. How about we say no and then move on? So I'll maybe scour some team skaters matching the block. They want to get rid of Ryan Ellis, but I highly doubt we have anything to give up for Ryan Ellis. Meyer and Hronek, that's actually not a horrible deal. I don't know. I don't think I need another defenseman like that. So I'm going to quickly scan through here. I'll jump in. At the start of the re-sign phase, or at the start of the free agency period, if I find nothing. But if I do find something, you guys will be the first to know about it, I promise. So guys, this kind of seemed like a can't-miss trade. Fost is less than $1 million. It's going to cost me 2/4. He's an 80 overall. He's got a year left on his contract. It's the last year anyway, so why not? So this is what I'm going to do. It's going to bolster out the depth, maybe replace Scott Wilson or one of those guys down there. So there's one of the trades. I'm going to keep scouring through and see what I can find. So guys, here's another one of those depth trades. It's going to cost us our second and our third this year, but then again, it's not going to do anything for us. We're going to get Kelly Yarncrook, who I mentioned I was looking at. He can score goals. He's a sniper. Should be good for the third line. Only making $2 million. I was about to say $2. I'd like him if he was on a salary of $2 a season. But it's, we're going to get a third out of it. So I don't see a loss in this trade. So we're going to do that. And I think that's the last trade I'm going to make. If I want to make more, I'll make more at the start of the season or at the start of free agency. But I have to see what we have to re-sign first. A couple guys we have to re-sign. But we should be able to get that taken care of. All right, guys, here at the start of free agency, brought back everybody and have a surprisingly good amount of cap space, especially with Matthias Ekholm coming in. Our defensive core is so solid. I mean, Brent Burns, maybe he'll start to drop just a bit. But if we take a look at our goaltenders, we're going to need a backup. That's not going to cost us too much. And then the defensive core is set. C-Mac here, I don't know if I even want him back. I don't know if did I give him that contract? I hope I didn't, because that's a horrible contract. But Carlson, Burns, Ekholm, Hronik, and then Miller and Ferraro. C-Mac, actually, I'm going to try and trade him right now so we get a little bit more cap space to play with. But then forwards, I'm going to probably try and find a bona fide number one winger. If there is one out there, I hope so. Because the rest of the team, the depth is fine. I think I've put together a solid team. I've kind of, helped out quite a bit here in San Jose. That's what I would say. But I'm just a poet. I don't actually know anything. Let's go ahead here and trade away the high-priced C-Mac. Of course, there's no trades found. What about if I give up a second? No trades found. How about 2 seconds? Okay, how about 2 seconds and a third? Okay. Awesome. How about we give up a first in C-Mac? How about a first and second in C-Mac? Is it really that bad of a contract? Nobody wants him whatsoever? Wow. I'm adding in so much value. Rookie skaters. Oh, shit. When did I get this guy? I just let the computer draft. When did we draft him? In the third round? We drafted a elite playmaker? Hello? Hold on. Oh my God, I gotta clear everything off. I want to get rid of C-Mac first. So we're gonna try that. I'm gonna go try and just manually dump him for like a 7th from anybody. Just about anybody. So, wow, okay, that's really surprising. That's a really, those are the kind of surprises I like. Sometimes you let Jesus take the wheel and you get to go home. Let's see. No, absolutely nobody wants him. How did he get 3 years at 2.25? Did he have that, or did they sign him? Because I really dislike that if they did. Draft picks here. Let us take on the 7th from Anaheim, and we will give them next year's first. How's that? You guys cool with that? Absolute no-brainer. Listen, next year's first means nothing to me. Yes, it's value, but I probably should have, maybe changed it. But we're going to ignore that for now and see what teams would be willing to give us for Zykov here. Keith Yandel or Colton Parayko. Colton Parayko is actually not a bad shout. Who's in free agency? Let me see what wingers are in free agency, because I would like to maybe put together my own trade too. In free agency, let's see. Eric Stahl, Gallagher, and Hoffman. Not really what I was hoping for. So I'm going to go put together my own trade and maybe get somebody on a bigger contract, perhaps. I'm not too sure, but let's go give it a try. So we're going to give it a go. We're going to try and acquire Phil Kessel from Arizona. He's listed as a first line forward. He's a sniper. He must be boosted. Trade rejected. Okay, so we're going to have to give up a lot more, I think. It may not actually go through. But I am at least willing to give it a try, right? Can't hurt to try. We'll throw in Naev, and then we'll throw in 2 seconds. I don't care if I'm overpaying. Trade accepted. Beautiful. That's actually a perfect amount of value. And so we need to sign a backup goalie, and I can probably get another forward for the depth there. We've got the defensive core is not something I'm going to worry about whatsoever. Backup goaltender. something I'm going to worry about. Definitely. Oh, wow. These guys want such cheap contracts. How do you sim Jake Allen? You sim... Actually, Bernier played more games, so I'm going to go with Jonathan Bernier here. One-way deal. Sure, I'll give you 0.9 million just so that no team outbids me, I guess. And we still have 6.8 million, which means we can also go after Mike Hoffman, which I think would be a great get. At 31, I think he's fine. So we're going to offer him a contract of 3 years at 6.2 million. That's probably a little bit of an overpayment. But listen, I'm not going to haggle at all. Phil Kessel, welcome to the squad. That's so weird to see. Phil Kessel on San Jose. Come on, accept the offer. Jonathan Bernier's here. And what about Mike Hoffman? Mike Hoffman is here as well. So let's go check out these lines before season number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the lines. Oh, man, if only Evander Kane was a little bit better for the first line. Oh, wait. Oh, it's only still a +3. Evander Kane up there. I mean, it gives us the power forward option, spreads the scoring out just a little bit. Maybe moving Meyer down. Meyer down would get us actually... Timo Meyer's a freaking good... he is a power forward. I didn't actually think he was. So, we have 2 snipers. That's probably the issue there. And you know what? I'm not even going to bother because... Oh, man, it's a -2 there. Scratched. Scott Wilson and Blitchfield are scratched. So we got sniper, sniper, sniper. That's the problem. So let's get a scratched player like Scott Wilson and make him play center down there. We still get a -2. You know what? I'm not actually all that worried. This team is really stacked. This team is really good. Second, first, second, third, fourth, third. Okay, cool. Defensively, Brent Burns and Carlson don't match, but Burns and Hronek we know work well together. And then in goal, we've got Grice and Bernier. Grice actually had a good season despite only being an 83 overall. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the end of the season, and hopefully we have made the playoffs. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this video is going to end very anticlimactically. After making the playoffs 2 straight seasons, we're going to miss. We only got 85 points. I don't know how this team did so poorly. I mean, Phil Kessel did fine. I mean, I just don't understand what happened with the team. I mean, these are the lines that we're using. I don't understand how this is not a playoff team. Like, it's ridiculously deep. The defensive core is great. Burns is where he should be now on the second pairing, right? And our goaltender, Grice, I guess he really did drop off, right? Yeah, he did. He dropped to an 82. I mean, he had a good season. A 910 and 2.5 is not bad. What am I talking about? What happened? How? I just... I don't understand. I don't know why, but... That's going to be where this video ends. Unfortunately, that's another L we're going to take. But if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.